Well, decisions regarding child custody and other parenting arrangements occur within several different legal contexts. Currently, local courts are seeing a lot of custody cases where psychological exams are being ordered. To find out what they are and how they're being used, we turn now to Live at 5's family attorney, Sonia Kaufman. So what exactly are psychological exams?
They are court-ordered evaluations of a parent's mental health as it affects their parenting ability.
So what are some of the questions that parents may have to answer?
Well, the process usually starts with the court appointing a psychologist who then interviews one or both parents and sometimes the children, and it covers everything from that parent's history growing up, their social skills, their health, how they perceive themselves as a parent, what problems they see in the other parent. It's just a very thorough evaluation.
So how long would the exam take? I mean, it's not something that just happens in a day, I wouldn't think.
No, not usually. It's usually several interviews. Oftentimes, though, the scope depends on what the court asks the psychologist to determine, and then that process is usually followed by psychological testing in addition to the interview.
So can you ask your lawyer if you think, I mean, I hate to say it like this, but perhaps that your other half is crazy? Can you ask the judge or your lawyer to order a psychological exam?
Yes, and you've hit the nail on the head. We hear that a lot, that one parent thinks that about the other one. So sometimes each parent asks for the evaluation, and that it can happen that way, or the court can order it on its own motion if the court hears evidence that causes concern about safety for the children.
What about the kids? Could they order it? I mean, that's always a scary thought.
I've never had that come up, that a child asks for their parent to be evaluated. It might not be a bad idea sometimes.
So what are some of the pros and cons of having a psychological exam?
One of the advantages is that the court benefits from the opportunity to really get to the bottom of what's going on within a family. Much more information than could be developed in the courtroom. So if the court hears something of concern, then it's often a good idea to get that mental health evaluation. The disadvantage, I would say, is it adds another layer of cost to otherwise already costly custody litigation.
So how can you avoid going through a psychological exam?
Well, if the court feels it's in the best interest of the children, the court's going to order it, and there's probably no avoiding it. But the best way is to co-parent with the child's needs in mind and just try to avoid a lot of the drama and the backbiting that often goes along with the divorce. That would be probably the best approach.
All right, and do you have any idea what a psychological evaluation would cost?
It's a range. I've seen an evaluation of one parent as low as $750.
So it adds a pretty good.
But it goes up quickly from there depending on how much work the evaluator's asked to do, so it is expensive.
All right, Sonia, as always, we appreciate all of your insight, and I'm sure lots of parents out there struggling with this right now.
Thanks for having me, Kelly.
Well, and if you have a question about family law, let attorney Sonia Kaufman answer your questions. All you need to do is fax those at 892-7305, or better yet, just email those to laf@kfdm.com.